What's up, guys? Welcome to the Scottie Show. I'm your host, Billy. Today, I got my returning guest, the wizard himself, Henry, aka Warp Vision. How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. How you been?
Dude, fucking chilling, man. Doing fucking stand up in school, man, and just working.
I was gonna say we should definitely talk about stand up in this podcast. We haven't done a podcast in a while. It's been a few
Yeah,
months for
man.
sure.
Yeah, man. I've been like seeing like your videos with like the shrooms and shit, man. How is that? How's all that going, dude?
It's good, man. I'm really just doing it as a hobby right now. Obviously, I like to make it,
Yeah.
a full-time thing, but I'm the type of person, I don't like to force things,
Mm-hmm.
uh, let it happen, let it unfold if it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Um, I believe the universe doesn't really make mistakes. Just trust the process, do your thing, don't overstress yourself. In regards to that, isn't it kind of crazy how something like stand-up comedy opportunity kind of just pops out of nowhere? Like I
Yeah.
if I probably when we did the last podcast maybe 6 months ago, um, if I would have asked you, hey, yeah, you plan on doing stand-up comedy anytime soon, you probably would have been like, nah. It's funny how something like that just pops up and you have a lot of
Yeah.
fun with it and you're like, wow, this is a new avenue for me.
Yeah. I mean, like I've always thought about doing it. I just didn't pull the trigger.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, you always
it-
been funny.
yeah, I try to be, but yeah, like it's always been like a thing that like I wanted to try out and do, and like once I did it, I was like, oh yeah, this is like fun. It's like it's literally like it's a different kind of like high. It's a super like out of body experience,
Oh, I'm sure.
and like
I mean,
you're like controlling like the crowd, you're getting them, you have to like they literally you have like 20 seconds or like you have like 10 to like 15 maybe even 20 seconds to get the crowd to like buy into like what you are doing,
hmm,
and like just getting comfortable with being on there and like having like a stage presence. And then like another one of the things is like when I do put like my sets out there, people don't understand that the way comedy works is the only way you can test out your new material. So the clubs in your hometown, like your local clubs, like the Jukebox Comedy Club,
hmm,
like on Wednesdays and Thursdays, those are days where you practice like new material, and that's the only way you can tell if you're. That's why it's like different from doing music. Music,
yeah,
you can practice by yourself, and you can like listen to it. You can like go to like a studio and shit and sing the song or rap the song over in your head or play it in front of people. With stand up, you have to actually to know if your material or like your stuff is good, you have to go out like in front of people and try it and try out the new material that you wrote up like that. Like you can write the new material like the same day and try it out the same day, or it's like material that you just wrote throughout the week or on the weekend. But the only way you know if it's funny or good or not is if you go out there and like do it. And like, you're looking at your phone on the days that you're practicing. But on like let's just say you do like a weekend show. Weekend show could be like a showcase. You could be a opener or a feature, or you can be a headliner. On the
hmm,
weekends, those are days where you're not gonna look at your phone if you're doing like a showcase or a feature or a headlining spot. You're gonna have like your already like a hardened crafted material. So like open mics and things like that, those are where you work out. Like that's like it's like a gym. It's where you work out like
yeah,
material.
testing stuff out.
Yeah, you get more comfortable with your like stage presence. You do crowd work. Crowd work is pretty much like all improvised. Like when I see somebody in
Hmm.
the crowd, like I'll like say something, or like if I see something, like and then you don't. The thing about like crowd work is you don't force it. Like if you force it, it just
Yeah,
is awkward. You gotta
yeah, it's
like
got to be natural.
yeah, gotta be like
You
natural. You
can't be
gotta come
thinking
from
like, oh,
the
I want to say this. I want to go
yeah,
into the want to say this. Now you gotta let it come out natural. I
yeah.
think I mean, I've never done stand up comedy, but I think it's probably one of the hardest things that you could do. I
It's
mean,
hard as fuck. It's
because
hard.
I feel like
So much pressure.
you have to be able to change your material based on the crowd that you're presenting to, based on the energy of the crowd. you know.
Yeah,
I can imagine it's nerve-wracking too. Like you don't
yeah,
want to get up there and flop, you know.
yeah.
Um,
And then
so
like
you got to,
that's like one of the things is like if you bomb, like you have to make it look like you didn't bomb.
yeah,
If you bomb and like you like or like you like stand up there and don't say anything, then people are gonna be like, yeah, that was like your punchline and it didn't
yeah,
land.
uh-huh,
But if you keep on like sometimes I'm not always looking for the laugh. Like sometimes I just want to keep on talking, even
yeah,
if the I know that the joke bombed up here, but since I'm still talking, the crowd doesn't know that the joke bombed.
yeah,
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 like
for sure.
that's like one
And
of the skills I learned to get around that kind of shit.
I feel like you have to have a certain mindset. So if your joke does bomb, you don't lose confidence and like,
Yeah,
you know, you're like, oh fuck, you know, because if you're nervous, I feel like if you're nervous, things don't flow as easy as they should, you know. But
yeah.
if you get up there and you're confident and you bomb a joke, but you're still confident, you're still talking, you can still kill the set, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Some people can't really. It's crazy because like people literally can't tell if you're bombing or not. They can only tell if you look like you're like, oh, I fucking bombed.
Yeah,
And like I can
if
see
you
like
react to it.
yeah, I've seen like a lot of like comics like because like the way I've only been doing this shit for like 5 weeks and it's fucking crazy because like the way I learned the way I like learning right now is like I'm seeing how other I couldn't learn comedy by watching like big comedians go on stage and because like they
They're too
already
good.
have they already have an established like crowd and
Yeah.
like so what I did was I watched Kill Tony. He has a Tony Hinchcliffe.
No.
He's a comedian out of Los Angeles and now he's in Austin, Texas. But he has this show called Kill Tony where he lets people like put their name in a bucket and like he like draws their name out. And like he's had
Uh-huh.
like Joe Rogan on his show and stuff. And you can and like he draws your name out and like there's pretty much open mics. And you have 60 seconds to like do your material and make people laugh. And like that's how I kind of learned, how to handle bombing a joke, how to handle like doing like crowd work and stuff like that. And then,
Hmm.
once I got to the jukebox, I did my first set. It was decent. I liked it. People laughed. And then I was watching other comedians go up, which there are some really good comedians there. Like there's some fucking like I thought like I was really good like my first time going up, and then like I saw like people that's been doing it for like 5 years, 3 years and shit.
Hmm.
I'm just like, oh, these people are fucking good.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, you just started, you know. I
yeah,
mean, give yourself a few years, who knows where you're gonna be at.
yeah,
Um, comedy's cool. I've only been to a couple of live comedy events, but I always have a great time. You know, I
yeah.
like to start going to more. How's the scene in Peoria? I mean, the
The
jukebox comedy club is like world famous. I'm pretty sure, right?
No,
Like
yeah,
they've
yeah,
had.
no, like Tom
Um,
Segura has been there. Like any big comedian that you could think of has pretty much been in the Jukebox Comedy Club. Like the second you
that's
walk in
cool.
there, yeah, like you see like pictures and shit, like signed, like autographed pictures of like
Uh huh.
big name like comedians and shit. And like sometimes the owner Dan, like he'll like play on the projector like old sets from like fucking huge comedians like Nikki Glazer, like
Uh
she's
huh.
fucking huge, and Tom Segura, Louis C.K. Like it's
Louis.
fuck yeah, bro. It's fucking crazy. I'm just like,
I
damn, bro.
saw Tom Segura when he's in Peoria a couple of years ago, and he's definitely
He's one of
he's a
my
good
favorites.
comedian. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's awesome.
yeah, he's good as fuck.
Actually, here in Nevada, Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan
Yeah, I've seen
are
that shit. Yeah,
dude. I wanted to go so bad. I
those
can get
tickets are
round.
expensive as fuck.
I know they sold out instantly. We have Bill Burr coming through to Reno
Oh hell yeah,
in
Bill Burr's a fucking
Nevada, and
beast.
I'm definitely gonna go to that. Like
Yeah,
I
Bill
can't
Burr's a
miss Bill
beast.
Burr. He's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm so right now I'm doing Mason City on July 16th next week, and
But that's
then
in Iowa,
no, that's in Mason City,
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I'm doing Zanies in Chicago, which is like it's like one of the biggest fucking clubs there. Like they pretty much only have like big comedians there, like Bobby Lee, Joe Rogan. So like
Hmm.
so I sent out like at least like 100 emails out to like different clubs like in the Midwest and on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So So far, I got Zany's in Chicago, and then I got the New Faces of Comedy Showcase coming up in Phoenix, Arizona. That's going to be August 1st at Tempe Improv, which is I'm pretty lit about that. So like yeah, like comedy is kind of like it's you the way I can compare it to music, like you automatically can grow a faster fan base doing comedy because the crowds are there.
Yeah.
Music is different because now everything's done online, and like you have to get people to come and see you
Yeah,
for
they got to
music.
choose to they
Yeah.
got to choose to come and listen to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people that
dude,
come to
that's
see yeah, people that come to see comedy, they're coming to see comedy. And like
mhm.
now I'm getting like reoccurring like fans that come through to the jukebox now that see me like every week, which is pretty fucking dope. And
That's cool.
like more and more people are coming. But like yeah, like it's so different like from music. Like music, you could just post it on the internet and people will show up on the internet, but nobody will show up in person to
Mhm.
like your concerts and shit like that. But with comedy, you automatically have people in the crowd. You automatically have people in the like you can fuck around and go to like a packed show and fucking kill it. And like things can change for you overnight because you did that.
Mhm.
You killed a fucking show like at a club that was packed that night. That's how like it's that's why I can that's why it's like the difference between stand-up comedy and music. And with stand-up also you can't like you can do the same material obviously, but you can't like it's hard to record your let's just say you do like a headlining spot at a club. It's hard to record your headlining spot and posting it on YouTube because then now everyone knows your material that you're going to do at the next
Yeah,
club.
for sure. Yeah,
So
so it's hard to promote online. It's got to be an in-person type of deal.
yeah. That's why you don't really see like you only see comedy specials. You don't see like you can't like so I post like my open mics working new material sets,
Yeah, yeah.
like obviously, just so people can get a taste of like what I'm about. But like will I post like clips from Zanies when I do Zanies? Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But will I post the whole thing? Fuck no. Like
Yeah,
if you want
yeah.
to see the whole thing, you gotta come and pay to see that.
In person.
Yeah,
Absolutely. How
yeah.
is there anything you do specifically to like prepare before getting on stage? I know a lot of different comedians
Uh
have like rituals like, you know, have a couple of drinks or
Yeah, I like
smoke
to. Yeah,
or
I like to go up a little buzz, like not too fucked up, but
yeah, but
like I
enough to
like to.
relax,
Yeah. I like to go up there like relaxed and stuff, and I like to be kind of like chill.
loose.
Yeah, and then like I'll go over my material a little bit, but most of the time I'm just like I just like to go up there and just fill it out and freestyle it, and then like yeah, I'll look at my phone occasionally. But as long as I'm making the crowd laugh, I don't give a fuck if I'm looking at my phone. I let the crowd know, yo, I'm working new material, so I'm about to be looking at my phone. So be fucking prepared for this shit. And
Yeah,
like
for
they're
sure.
laughing and like they're all bought in because they know I don't give a fuck. As long as
Yeah.
they know I don't give a fuck, they're not gonna give a fuck, and they're
I
gonna
mean,
love
if
it.
you're funny, you're funny. Who
Yeah,
cares if you're looking at your
yeah,
phone, you know,
yeah,
like I don't
yeah.
think anybody cares about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You so you have any favorite comedians? I know myself. Uh, is when I would first start smoking weed, I would always watch Dave Chappelle or like old Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Those are like the first comedians I watched. But now there's so many
There's so
good
many.
ass comedians.
Yeah,
So many
there's so
good.
many. Yeah, the market is like pretty wide for comedy right now.
Is
Honestly,
it
it's
is it
prob-
growing?
yeah, it's honestly
Okay, that's
like
cool.
some people wouldn't really like if like you have to really be in the comedy scene to like actually like see it, but like comedy is like growing even more because of like how the climate is right now. People want to
Yeah,
hear like I'm up on stage saying fucking Ellen looks like looks like fucking Bill Clinton. Like like
yeah. I mean,
people want to
no,
hear
go ahead.
controversial shit. People want to. I walked up on stage and said fuck George Bush and fuck Joe Biden. Like
Yeah.
like no one's
I mean,
like people want to
I
hear
think
that kind of
people are
shit.
sick of like all the PC
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
in the cancel culture, and so comedy's a way people can, when it's comedy, so you can say what, well, you
yeah,
should be able to say whatever the fuck you want because it's comedy. Obviously, there's people who suck that will say they take it for real. They think it's real life. It's like, nah, that's comedy. Like Bill Burr, like he's
yeah,
big for fat shaming, which I think his
yeah,
fat shaming stuff is so funny,
yeah. It's funny as
but people
fuck.
get mad at him, and it's like it's comedy. That's it's I
I
mean,
don't know.
can't get mad at that.
I roast those kind of people that are like, especially if someone's like talking, like if someone's like trying to like heckle or some shit like that, I just fucking rip them apart. Like
Well, you're
people
good
that
at
are,
roasting, so I wouldn't want to heckle you at your show.
yeah, like I'm just yeah, like people like that get like butthurt about jokes or something like that, or if I like offend someone, I'm just like I'm just gonna rip into you because why are you even here at a
Yeah,
comedy club? You know what we are here to do. Like we're
exactly.
like you know what that's what
Exactly.
I'm saying. You know what the fuck we're here to do. So why are you acting like you don't know? It's like playing stupid. Like and then
Hmm.
I don't like it. But like that's what I'm saying. I don't really care about that. Like I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna change my material because of the crowd. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and like, and if people have a problem with it, I don't care. If I'm the goal is like, if I don't leave that bitch and like at least 5 people don't like me, then I didn't do my job. I didn't. I didn't do what I was supposed to
Yeah, you
do.
want to you want to piss some people off. I get that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Like as a comic, like you're supposed to like you're supposed to figure out where the line is and cross that bitch. like
for sure.
like
I feel
that's
like
what.
a lot of people, that's what they go there for. Like when I go see Bill Burr, like I'm expecting him to fucking talk shit about a lot of people, and
What the fuck am I gonna go
it's gonna
there?
be
You
funny.
know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck am I gonna go there and like talk about? Like, like, am I gonna like fucking like talk about fucking some shit that I don't give a fuck about, or like, am I just gonna like just go up there and fucking give
What?
people what they want, what their
How do you
thoughts?
write your material?
I write my material pretty much like I'll have like random thoughts that like just come into like my head, like, and like I just dot it down on my phone, and like once I jot it down on my phone, it automatically goes to my iPad, and then like I
Hmm.
write it on my. I have a keyboard for my iPad, and then I just pretty much
Nice.
like I'll just start typing and writing, and I'll just like write like that. And honestly, what I really want to do with comedy is, as I'm going to school, and we're looking to probably either move into Denver or Austin, Texas, which
You
really
and your
has a
girl?
yeah, which really has like
Nice.
a big comedy scene in Denver and in
I feel
Austin.
like
Because
Austin.
yeah,
Joe Rogan's
yeah,
getting
Joe
everyone to
Rogan.
move there.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's there. Like I said, Tony Hinchcliffe, Tom Segura's there, Bert Kreischer's there, Joe Rogan, Ron
He's recruit.
White.
He's recruiting
Uh,
people. Every time I listen to Joe Rogan podcast and there's a comedian on there, he's like, "Yo, move to Austin."
yeah, no, like that's like if like I said, like I'm trying to hit the ground running. Like most people, like this is my fifth weekend of comedy, and like I'm already like like going to like zanies and shit, which like I could flop that, I could fuck that all up.
Yeah,
Like I could literally, I know that I could, like I can talk this shit up as much as I want, but if I fuck it up, it does not matter.
yeah.
And if I do fuck it up, I just know I gotta like fix some shit. Like which
Uh
like
huh.
I've gone on stage and in my head I know I bombed a joke, but I kept on talking, which you can probably see it in some of my stand that I post on my YouTube. Like you
Hmm.
can you can kind of tell that I bombed the joke, but I keep on talking. And like I realized like, yo, I bombed that joke. Now I gotta like fix it. I gotta see what I gotta work on.
Hmm.
But my goal is to get some laughs and like actually bomb. I want to bomb so I know what that feels like, and I know what it feels like, and it fucking sucks.
Oh, I'm
But
sure. I
I
can't
know
imagine.
I know I bombed up here though, like like, and it's just
To do comedy, you gotta have balls. Like it's not something I would want to do because it's not fun to be up
it's
there
public
feeling
speaking.
humiliated. You know, you're
Yeah,
vulnerable. You're super
yeah,
vulnerable being up there. Let me grab a beer real quick.
yeah. Go grab one, bro. Fucking Scottie show, bro. That's where we get fucked up, man.
It is Friday.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man, I'm in the fucking nursing program and shit at ICC and shit, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro, I start in August, so
It's it's a good career, you know, like
I just want to do it
I'm
just cause like it's number one, like it's always gonna be there, and then I can get certified in anesthesia. I can get certified in like plastic surgery type shit, and like
there's a lot of avenues.
yeah, so I'm saying there's so many different avenues for it. You just don't
You
have
can
to
get
just do nursing.
Yeah, it's nice too. Like you're talking about moving to Denver or Austin, you can get a job being a nurse anywhere. All
Yeah.
hospitals are short, so it's cool to be able. I could go to really anywhere in the
Yeah, you can go to
U.S. to
anywhere, move
work,
anywhere. Yeah.
and if you end up going through with it and working for a few years, you can do travel nursing.
Mm.
Like you can make real good money doing that, and
Yeah.
take time off. Like with nursing, you typically work 3 days a week,
Yeah.
either 3 day shifts or 3 night shifts, and then you got 4 days off. So you still have a lot of time
Yeah, that's what I'm
to do
saying. It's
shit in
like,
life. Like
yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not a
Like,
9 to 5,
yeah,
like people who work
it's
a
a
nine
good
to
work
five, it's like,
balance.
yeah.
It's a good work life
And
balance.
like what I do right now is called per diem. So basically I work as much or as little as I want. So like
Mm.
I took 2 weeks off and then I worked one day this week. Now I took 3 days off. I'm about to work a couple of days coming up, but it's nice to be able to just
Hill.
it's nice to be able to say, hey, I want to take a couple of weeks off. People with a normal 9 to 5, like you can't take time off work. Like you got to work 5 days a week and 2 days
Yeah,
off.
you have
Like
to.
it's not good for your mental health at all
No,
to
yeah,
be
it's
doing
not.
that shit.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
But yeah, nursing's dope. I'm glad you're choosing that.
Yeah, it was between either physical therapy or nursing, and then like with nursing, like I can complete that shit within like 3 to 4
It doesn't
years.
take long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't take long. Like you can literally hit the ground running with that. And like
Yeah,
with physical therapy,
exactly.
you got to put in like 8 years, and I'm just like, do I really want to do that? Hell no, I don't want to
Yeah.
do that shit.
No.
Fuck no,
No.
I don't want to go to school for 8 years. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like, and then like obviously if like stand up pops off and like things are happening how I think they should happen, then I'm cool with that too. But I want to, even if like things do pop off with stand up, I still want to graduate school.
Yeah, for sure.
I still want to
Well,
like have like that thing.
yeah, it's nice. I think it's a good thing to have multiple things going on. Like don't put all your eggs in one basket, you
Yeah,
know. Have a side hustle. Have two side hustles.
yeah,
Um, because I think it's everyone's dream to make their passion
yeah.
their
Make
way
money.
they make
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
And I don't think enough people try. And
yeah,
I mean, life's short. And I feel like a lot of people regret not trying. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you try and you fail, at least you said, hey, I
I
tried,
fucking tried.
like
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why I did the stand-up show. I was just like, all right, I'm about to try this shit out. And if I fucking suck, I'm not gonna go back up. If I would have gotten no laughs, I probably would have never went back up again.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't it
it's fucking
isn't it
crazy.
crazy how like you do something new, like stand up, and you just feel like you get this all this new energy in life, like new
Yeah,
motivation in life.
yeah,
And I feel like people get stagnant and
yeah,
they get caught up doing the same thing all the time and they don't take risk or try new things.
yeah,
And it's like it's not easy to do new shit. Like
yeah.
it's not easy to get up on stage and do shit, but you do it, and you get through it and you're like, okay, that was
Yeah.
cool. That was
No,
cool.
it's so crazy because like more doors have opened for me for stand up than like any other like thing that I have like done that's extracurricular.
Hmm.
Pretty much like I would have never thought that like I would I'm doing a fucking showcase at fucking like some people that don't understand comedy like Zanies is literally like one of the biggest clubs in Chicago to like do
Hmm.
to have a showcase in like that's where like the agents are at. Comedy Central has a home base there and they send agents there. Like they got like managers are in there. Like that's like a place where if you want to get yourself established, you do it right there. And I wish I would have did stand up when I was like earlier in my 20s, but I'm 25.
Still young.
Joe Rogan started stand up when he was 25. There were other bigger comedians that are big right now that started stand up when they were 25. So I'm just like,
There's people
shit.
who started when they're 40, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no,
don't
yeah,
know
people just,
exactly who, but I know hearing
yeah.
about people who started when they were like 40 and really took
Mm-hmm.
off.
Yeah, yeah. No, it can happen. Like it happens for like if you're good, if you're funny, you're funny. That's the thing. If you're funny and you can make people laugh on the stage and you could go like one of the things that I noticed that some people get like stagnant with just doing comedy at where they are at and they don't want to branch off and go to other different clubs because they're afraid. And like I'm just like,
Hmm.
yo, like you can't be scared to do this shit. Like if you want to do this shit, fucking do it. Like you can't like with anything, like because scared money don't make no money. Like
No, What you ever watch that show? I remember watching a little bit back in the day because my parents would watch it. Is a stand-up show. I can't remember the name of it. Last Comic
Last comic
Standing.
standing. Yeah.
Yeah, they should bring that back.
Dude, like I would do it, but like you have to have like clean material, and I don't consider myself a clean comic. I can write clean material and like do it, but like
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
no,
I would
that
have the
that
same
sucks.
confidence. Yeah, I don't know if I would have the
You
same
gotta.
confidence. Yeah, in clean
Dave
material.
Chappelle's obviously not clean material, right? Like someone like him.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He has done clean material though for shows. But
Yeah,
yeah, like one of the things I'm working on is clean material because then if I do clean comedy, I could do
opens up
corporate.
options.
Yeah, I could do corporate gigs. I could do so many different things. And with corporate gigs and like performing on fucking like cruise ships and shit like that, like you can
That'd be
get
cool.
that's what I'm saying. You can make like 10, 20 bands for doing one night at a corporate gig.
Yeah.
Like, and all you
Cruise
gotta
ship cruise ship would be cool. Like if you're
cruise ships, you can
smaller and
make.
trying to work your way up. I think it would probably not be a great experience, but it's an option for someone new to get,
Nah, bro, cruise ships,
to get
bro.
better.
Like for like cruise ships and shit, bro. They be paying like 50 bands, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Hell yeah, bro. I think your
There's
camera
a
went out.
oh, did it go out? Here, let's
Yeah,
see.
your camera went out.
All right, I'm clicking back on it. See, I hate how it does that. If I click off the screen, it exits because I was about to look up the Reno uh I know we have a comedy club here.
No, yeah, I've reached out
I
to
almost went there
yeah.
last night.
Yeah, I reached out to those to hella clubs out in Nevada. I had a couple reach back out to me, and like I'm just waiting to hear back from like for like dates and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be out in Nevada, Phoenix, Tao Comedy Club in Los Angeles. I'm gonna be out there too.
What's
Hopefully in
the big one in
August.
LA? The
A big
comedy
one,
store?
yeah, the Comedy Store is a big one, but I don't know when they're doing auditions again because LA is pretty weird about
I heard LA sucks.
yeah, I heard LA is like weird about like COVID and shit, and you gotta be vaccinated to like perform and shit, which is fucking stupid. I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro, this shit's not that fucking like it's just fucking over, bro.
Yeah, right? Like, yeah.
Like, it's
The
just
nails
fucking
in the
over.
coffin with COVID. I
Yeah.
never even got the vaccine. I'm not gonna get it.
Mm-mm. Haven't gotten that shit either. I was like, I don't need this shit. I was like, I work out every day.
Dude,
I fucking
I listen to some podcasts with like doctors and like people who study viruses and know what the fuck's going on. And
yeah.
there's a lot of sketchy shit that was going
Yeah,
on.
Dr.
And
Fauci
like,
lied his fucking ass off.
yeah, dude, he knew the whole time,
Yeah,
like
he
that
knew the
it
whole
came
entire
from a
time. Yeah,
lab.
it was in his fucking emails.
And I'm pretty
Like,
sure he funded the lab.
yeah, he funded the
Didn't he
lab. Yeah,
indirectly funded the lab that
yeah.
caused the
On
coronavirus outbreak?
I forgot what it's called. They called it
Gain of function
yeah,
research.
AKA bioterrorism.
Literally,
Like
they
that's what I'm
were
saying.
researching coronaviruses, and then they want to say,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, it came from a wet
they
market."
call it gain of function research. They think
Who?
that is bioterrorism research.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so I guess the Obama administration wouldn't let him do it because he's been like under at least three presidents, three or
Mm-hmm.
four. But I guess Obama wouldn't let him do it. But then when Trump became president, he let him do it. So he's like, "Oh shit, let's get back to studying," because that's what he does. He studies viruses. So of
Mm.
course he wants to, you know. But yeah, that shit. I think the cat's out of the bag now. Like it just sucks because when the shit first hit the fan, and if you said, "Oh, I think it might have came from a lab," like Facebook and these places would delete your post, and people would say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," and then here we are 2 years later, and it's like, "Oh, well, that was actually
All of it was
true."
fucking true. Yeah,
Yeah,
and people were like just dick riding whatever like the media was saying, and I'm just
dude.
like it just showed me who could think for themselves and who is the fucking like a sheeple like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
who listens to like people fucking that listen to like celebrities and shit and like hold them to like a high standard. Like you really think fucking LeBron James or like fucking any other like fucking celebrity knows what's best for you? Like you
No,
think they give a
not at
fuck?
all.
You think they give a fuck about what's good for you? You think they
Yeah,
care about you? Like if they cared about you, they would have give you
shit's
like
crazy.
they'd be giving you money right now. Like they be giving you like they be giving you money to live because you know you lost your job because of COVID. But no, they're telling you to go get a fucking they're telling you to stay inside and all this other shit while they're fucking making millions of dollars off of us watching them.
What's crazy is like I've seen all this wild stuff like trying to encourage people to get the vaccine, like, oh, free donuts at Dunkin' Donuts if you get the vaccine, or free Lollapalooza tickets if you get the vaccine. I'm
Free
like,
Lollapalooza tickets, nigga. I'm gonna have to get that on.
yeah, no, for real. You can get a free 1 day Lollapalooza ticket if you get the vaccine.
Swear to God.
I swear.
Oh damn, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to.
right. I'm like,
I'm gonna have to
I
go
don't
see
know if
Miley
that's good enough,
Cyrus.
but
I'm gonna have to go see Miley Cyrus, bro. I'm trying to
I
see
bet
Miley Cyrus.
I bet that's a good show.
Hell yeah, dude. She's lit. No, I literally like I like seeing like certain artists that like I wouldn't pay to go see Miley Cyrus just to see her. But since it's
But it's at
Miley
a
Cyrus on
festival.
on a lineup,
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go see fucking Miley Cyrus. Get fucked up and go see Miley Cyrus, bro. Fuck
yeah,
yeah. Like that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm down for. But seeing
yeah.
her
I'm
by
about to
herself,
be
nah.
coming back in town for summer camp.
Scamp, hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah, do my
I think
eight.
I'm gonna do one day there.
Do the
I'm gonna do
you can do
Sunday.
the Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Sunday.
it's definitely worth it. I mean,
Hell yeah, I fuck with summer camp, man. I'm always gonna fuck with that.
the
I
Three
would.
Six Mafia is gonna be there.
Oh hell yeah,
I think on Sunday. I think
hell
on
yeah,
Sunday 3 6 Mafia is gonna be.
that's gonna be
You
lit,
can, yeah.
dude. I went to the 4th of July at Three Sisters, and that shit was pretty fucking dope. I was like,
Was it?
damn, yeah. I was like, dude, this is like an open field and shit, and like the fireworks were extra close. I was like, bro, this is
Did
fucking
they
crazy.
did they do downtown ones or they just did it?
They did downtown, but I was just like, yo, I'm not even trying to go downtown. Like,
Yeah, I feel
I'm
that.
not trying to go down there, bro.
Dude, it's crazy. Out here, we went to a fireworks show. It lasted like 10 minutes. It was weak as fuck. I'm like, coming from the Midwest, they could put on a fireworks show.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Out
was
here,
expecting.
the
Yeah, I
shit
was
sucks.
expecting Nevada to have some serious shit.
I think it's because it can start a fire easily, so they don't do any
Uh,
crazy ones.
uh,
Yeah. You know who I saw earlier today? Maceo. He just moved out here.
oh yeah, man, that shit's fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he told me. Shout out to Maceo, man. Yeah, yeah, I was so happy for him that he moved out there. I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
It was
Like
it was it
another
was
homie
short
making
notice
it
as
out.
fuck. He
Yeah,
literally hit me up and he's like, I'm moving out there in a week. And I was like, oh shit. I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah, dude, he's been like telling me that he wanted to move out there for a minute, and like he finally did it, and I was just happy as fuck. I was like, fuck
I
yeah.
mean,
I was like, another
it's cool
person
to
that made
see
it out.
make moves is
Yeah.
I saw someone we went to high school with. I think it was NASA post
Mm.
something like if you made it out of your hometown, like give yourself a pat on the back because
That's just
that's just
hard.
not always easy to do.
That's
A lot of
hard.
people don't make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. Like a lot of people get caught up in like
Day to day, just
the day to day, and then like when they do move out there, they like there's people that move out like they move out of their city and like they still get caught up in the shit that they were doing at home
yep,
back in their
yeah,
hometown, and like they don't try to
yeah.
make shit shake. Like if I move out, if like I said, if I move, I already know what I'm
Dude,
doing. I'm
I'd say
doing
go to Austin, man.
yeah,
I
like
don't know how expensive it is to live there, but I feel
it's
like
not that
Austin would be
expensive.
dope.
Yeah,
Texas
no.
is cheap, which is dope. Like
Yeah, and you
fucking
don't have no
Nevada,
set. You have no income tax, state income tax either.
that's how it is in Nevada too. But where I live in Reno, it's crazy. It's expensive. Like you can't even get a crib here, like a basic ass crib. Like think of like where Carrie lives, like a crib like that.
Mhm.
Can't get a crib like that for under $500,000.
Yeah, bro, that's because motherfuckers from California are moving to fucking Nevada,
Exactly. Yeah, because they
and
get
like and the
taxed.
prices are going up for in Texas too though, because motherfuckers in Cali are moving to Austin,
Dude,
Texas as well.
right before we hopped on this podcast, I was reading a news article and it was like huge marijuana drug bust in California, like $1.6 billion. I'm like, no wonder you guys are paying so much taxes. They're out here trying to bust people growing weed. Like, what? Like, weed is legal there. Why? It's crazy.
The only reason why they're busted is because the
It's
IRS
yeah,
isn't getting a cut of that shit.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
No, I get it, but it's funny how we say
but the money ends
we
up ultimately going back to the IRS because they spend the money. It's not like no one is not spending the money.
yeah. And I guarantee those people would be willing to pay taxes if you said, "Hey, pay taxes." But they want people to jump through so many fucking hoops and shit.
Loopholes.
Like it's not really legal. Like you can grow as many tomatoes as you want. Like
But you
no
can't
one's gonna
sell
be
them.
but no, you can't. Well, you can farmers markets.
Yeah, farmers markets. Yeah.
Farmers markets all cash. They're not busting anybody there, you
Uh,
know. I don't know. This fucked up. People are still going to jail for weed.
yeah. No, man. Like the thing about that is though, it like maybe they're not just selling weed though. You gotta think like if someone's
Yeah,
moving
they
like
could
a
be doing
hundred,
crime.
yeah, like if you moving that much weed, you gotta be involved with like probably human trafficking. You're probably
Yeah,
getting involved
crime.
with other.
Dude, it said like they seized 180 animals or something like that. I'm like,
Bro, yeah,
what
animal
the fuck?
trafficking,
Why?
bro. Illegal exotic animal trafficking, bro. That's illegal as fuck. You can't
I
just take a
know.
you can't take a fucking giraffe out of Africa and then bring it over here to the states
Yeah.
and then sell that motherfucker. Like that's illegal as fuck. Like it's
This
like I don't
this
know.
dude,
Like
this dude, I was watching this video last night. I was high. And it was a Vice Land video, and this guy was like a model, I guess, and he'd travel all around the world. He said one of the craziest parties he ever went to, there was just a fucking puma, like a big cat puma, walking around the party
yeah,
in a
bro.
mansion. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah, bro. I was listening to this podcast, Fighter and the Kids with Eric Griffin on there. And like he was
Hmm.
like talking about how he would go to like parties and like they had to like sign like NDAs and shit. Like before the party even started, everyone I'm like, that's how you know that shit's gonna be fucking wild, bro. You're gonna see some
Dude,
crazy shit.
this guy said he was at the same party that Puma was at, and like there was this area where you could open up these drawers, every drug you can imagine, cocaine, ketamine, LSD, shrooms, and it was, you open this thing up and they got all the drugs you could ever want.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah, that's a whole
It's
different
the type of party
lifestyle.
I like to go to.
No,
But I feel
like
like you can get caught up pretty
yeah,
quick
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
some shit like that.
You can get caught up in it, and like that's like one thing I learned about like comedy is that like a lot of comics get invited to stuff like that. Like you don't even have to be a big comedian. You just got to be funny to somebody, and like they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Dude, I want you to just
I want to hang
come,
out.
yeah."
Yeah.
Like they just want to hang out with you, and like you just end up just fucking being a part of some shit like that, and like that's like one of the things that like I learn how to like navigate this comedy shit by listening to people that are veterans and like I'm able to like listen and watch them do stand up and like how they carry themselves. So I kind of use those kind of like people as like my navigator through like this comedy like world because like I'm new to it. I didn't know that it was okay to look at your phone while you're working the material doing open mic. Someone had to tell me that. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah, someone had to like, yo, like if you don't know like your material that well, it's okay to look at your phone. Like I didn't know that was okay. I didn't know that you could
Uh-huh.
like do that shit. Um, like and I saw like bigger comedians do that shit. Like I would watch like this guy named David Lucas. Like he was working new material at a club and like he whipped his phone out. And I'm like, oh, this is a fucking big comedian. He's whipping his fucking phone out. I'm just like, okay, I'm pulling my shit out. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
Joe Rogan was saying he'll still go to open mics where no
yeah,
one, hopefully where no one knows him, so
no,
that
he
like
does
he
that
can
too.
work material. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I guess
all
Dave Chappelle will just
man, he does that too. He shows up. He just
I
pops
think in
up.
Denver. I don't know if he no he lives in Ohio, but I guess
Yeah,
he
it was
used to
on
pop
him.
up in Denver a bunch and just like
Working the
random
material. Yeah,
places and just yeah, work shit. It's
yeah.
pretty
That's
cool.
yeah. Open mics. They don't. Open mics don't lie. Like you
Yeah.
can if you do like a feature showcase or headliner, people are know what they're in for. Open mics, it's open to the public. They have to pay to go to show up and stuff like fans and like fans of comedy
Hmm.
and people that just want to get a show. Like an open mic, like you'll know if your material is good or not. People will I've seen people literally not laugh at comedians and their
Are
material.
you are you pretty good at like knowing like what jokes are gonna hit and which ones aren't, or is it kind of random?
I do random selection of like what I think is funny in my head, and
Yeah.
like sometimes I'll write stuff out. Like I wrote like this one joke out. I was like, Billy Mays should do the ISIS recruiting for black people. Like, I would like write something like that out, and like I would write like just random like shit in like that's in my head,
Hmm.
like I would just write it out, and then I'm like, is this funny? And then like I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure out and find out. You can't be scared. That's the thing. You can't be scared to fail in front of people.
Yeah.
and like I feel like the way I overcame that kind of fear was through like one-on-one sports, like doing wrestling. Wrestling is honestly like the most nervous like thing I've ever done because
It's a
you're
lot of
wrestling.
pressure.
Yeah, you're in a fucking singlet, you're at school, and people are looking at you, and like you could get slammed on your shit in front of people. You can like, you know, you got like there's girls that are watching, and
I think
you're
doing something where you're put in a position where you're vulnerable.
it's
I
either put
think
up or shut
not,
up.
I don't think people get put themselves in position enough where they're vulnerable, you know, and I think putting
Yeah,
yourself in that position is good because
yeah,
once you overcome that, it's like you feel more chill in
yeah,
normal life situations
yeah,
because you're like, oh, this isn't that serious, you know,
yeah.
like
And pressure makes diamonds.
yeah, I don't know
That's
if I ever heard that one. That's yeah, that's true.
bro, like it's like if you got to be able to eat like the pressure. Like when I'm like before I go up there, like my heart is like pounding out of like my
Hmm.
chest, and like I feel like so many like thoughts of like doubt, thoughts of success, thoughts of like so
It's
many
probably
different things.
it's probably because you're new too. You haven't been doing
Yeah,
it for long. I wonder if someone big like
they feel it
Dave
too. Like
Chappelle or like
Dave
Richard
Chappelle,
Pryor, if he got nervous back in,
and
he's
like
from Peoria, right? Well,
yeah, Richard
obviously,
Pryor, yeah. No, yeah, he's like
I
the
met.
first like in Jukebox Comedy Club. He's like painted on like this thing, and he's like,
Okay, so it was
yeah,
around back
yeah,
then. Nice.
yeah,
I'm met his son before. His son lives
yeah.
in New York now, but my good friend growing up, that's his uncle,
Mm.
Richard Pryor's son, and every once in a while he'll tell us stories about Richard Pryor. I mean, that man had the fucking he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, dude. My grandfather was friends with him for
Really.
like yeah, when he was first coming up. Like not as a comedian, but just as a person. Like he wasn't known
I think
as Richard Pryor. He was just Richard Pryor.
he would I think he told me like he enjoyed doing cocaine before he would get on stage.
Yeah, he would do coke, he would drink. He even had writers. Like he didn't just write like his own material.
Yeah.
He had other great writers that wrote for him, that wrote with him as well. And like
Hmm.
that's like one thing I didn't know that like, you know, other
I
people
didn't
can
know
like
that either.
yeah, like you can like you can collaborate with other comedians and like they can like, you know, help write material for
I
you.
think that's good.
Yeah.
Like,
And
because
like
it's
a
all about what? It's all about making people laugh and being
yeah,
funny. Who
yeah.
cares who wrote it? If you get your laugh out of it, who cares who wrote it?
No, because like
Like
some people are good at writing jokes, but they're not good at executing jokes.
presenting them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got people that are good at presenting the jokes.
Same
So
thing with
like,
music.
yeah,
Like Lil Wayne is good at rapping, but maybe he's not great at writing. So
yeah,
someone writes his shit and he presents it and it's a win-win, I feel like.
yeah,
As
yeah,
long as you're being real and not saying, you wrote it, if
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't.
And like another thing, like with writing, so like with stand-up comedy, like if you do like comedy in like bigger cities and stuff, and like you got agents and like different people looking at you, you could get approached by like a network and they can be like, yo, do you want to write for this show or do you want to do such and such? Like, and for writers, for like the writers union, writers make $9,000 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, and then like after you're there for like 6 years or like 5 years or three, you go fuck around and make 15 G's every 2 weeks as a
Yeah.
writer. I didn't even know that. I was like, they're paying
Yeah, because
writers.
you can write for movies. It's
Yeah,
not only stand up like Seth
right
Rogen.
for
I know he writes hella shit.
yeah. You can write for movies. You can write for it's TV shows that are paying you that much amount to write for them, and to
Yeah.
just be like, you don't even have to write anything, and they're paying you.
Yeah.
You're just being a part of like the program in the show. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, you can like so like you could do that too. And so like now that's why like I have like I'm like polishing like what I'm writing now, and like I just get more in tune with like how I'm writing things and how I'm saying things.
Are you watching a lot of stand up?
Yeah, I watch a lot of stand up, and like I like to see what the other comedians are like how they act. No, I'm not watching like I do watch like the big comedians like the Patrice O'Neill, Joe Rogan's, Dave Chappelle's, and all that shit. Like I watch that, but I don't look at that as like this is what it's going to be like. Everyone's going to laugh at my jokes. Everyone's going to think that I'm great. nobody knows who I am. So I
Yeah.
have to get people to like understand and know who I am. That's why like I'm getting myself established like
But
here.
that that could work in your favor somewhat because if no one knows who you are, they don't have expectations.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
No,
like
that's
they're
like
just
that's the
like,
best part of
okay,
it. Yeah.
let's see what this guy's got to say, you
Yeah,
know?
and that's how you build your fan base is that like they don't know who you are, so you show them who you are and you make a statement. And like you can't come with like weak shit. Like if you come with like fucking weak ass jokes, no,
Mediocre shit.
yeah, like no, like safe, hacky, like shit. Like no one's gonna like they're just gonna look at you and you're gonna get giggles. I don't want giggles. I want the fucking I want to hear I want to pull something out of like people. Like I go up
Yeah.
there and like I'm going up there with the intent to make you go what the fuck and like I want you to laugh.
Hmm.
I want to hear gasp. I want to hear cackling. Like I'm okay with giggles, but like I don't want giggles. Like I want laughs. I want to hear people dying. Like that's what I like look for, and like that's like what I'm always like striving to like hit on whenever I'm like going up there.
I feel like it'd be super cool for you if you, when you do make it out here to the West Coast, you know, just to fucking get on stage in front of a bunch of people you don't know, make them laugh, and then just like bull out in their city, you know? Like I feel
No,
like that'd be a pretty cool thing to
no, like you got
experience.
no, yeah, like one of the things I do want to do is like if I kill it, I want to like connect with like the fans and stuff and like the
Yeah.
people and like
I saw I can't remember his name, younger comedian, but I saw him in Indiana. Um, and literally he was standing at the exit door, like talking to everyone as they left, saying like, "Yo, thanks so much for coming out. Like, I really appreciate it." And you could tell he was being genuine. And I was like, "Damn, I
mm,
wasn't expecting that," because a lot of celebrities, are kind of like fuck off to the fans, like, but
they
it
but
seems
they
like
were
comedians are like, I'm one of you. I'm just
yeah
trying to live life, enjoy life, and like make you laugh, but I'm down to earth. I feel
yeah.
like comedians are down to earth.
No, yeah, a lot of comedians, like even like the big ones before they even like make it, like Joe Rogan and them, like when they were first starting out, I'm pretty like they would do that shit. They would do the same shit, connect with the fans, connect with the people.
Hmm.
But then once you get bigger, there obviously has to be some sort of like a separation because
Yeah,
it could like it can become oh I can
too much, overwhelming.
overwhelming, which like I can understand. I don't understand it from like an actual like standpoint, but like I can understand like what over being overwhelmed feels like. Like if you've been overwhelmed before in your life, you understand what being overwhelmed is
Yeah,
like. So
it's
you
not
have to
fun.
respect that. Yeah. But yeah, man, like it's just like it's just like a crazy thing that like I'm like navigating and uh like it's like we're getting a positive response and getting negative responses and um like I said, it's like an out of body experience. As soon as like you look
It's a
out
high.
and
You get
yeah,
high.
yeah, it's like you look out in the crowd and like you just glance at them for a little bit and then you
It's
start
making
going
me
into your
wanna.
things.
It's making me want to go see some stand up comedy. It's been a while, but
It's a
stand
surreal
up comedy
experience.
dope, dude. It's a cool experience to just go and chill and you laugh. It's like going to a bar because you can drink and get food and stuff, but it's like you got good entertainment too,
Yeah,
but it's like it's casual. It's not
yeah,
like you got to get dressed up to
yeah,
go see this entertainment. It's like, no, I'm just gonna go hang out. It's casual. I'm gonna laugh, have a good time.
yeah, man.
And I'm glad you said it's growing. I, for some
Yeah.
reason, I wouldn't expect it to be growing, but that's cool that it's growing.
No, like
I
and like
mean,
a lot like I've been getting like a lot of like support from like the comedians like in Peoria. Like I've been like I didn't really like expect them to like even like say the things that they say to me like and sometimes I don't believe it because I cringe when I watch myself sometimes. Like I like to like
yeah, but that's
post
normal.
yeah, I like to like post and ghost. Like I don't like to like when I post things, I don't like to like look at them again, especially with stand-up comedy. I just like to
I
post
think,
it and then like leave and like I don't want to look at it. Like I don't want to see who's liking it. I don't want to see who's
well,
looking at it.
even the biggest comedians, I know we keep bringing up Joe Rogan, but he said he likes to do the same thing. He's like, I don't, it's cringe. He's like, I don't like watching myself perform because he's like, I feel like I sound like an idiot,
Yeah.
like So I think that's good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's history. It doesn't matter anymore.
yeah,
It happened. I'm here now. I'm gonna just keep doing.
yeah.
You know,
What how's it been like experimenting with like the shrooms and stuff? Like, have you been like I know like I've like that Jedi like that
Jedi
Jedi
mind fuck.
yeah Jedi mind fuck and like the new like and like different like strains and stuff like
So
what how are like the strains like different and like how are like they like how do they hit different?
it's think of it like weed. It's like there's lots of different strains of weed, but at the end of the day, they basically all do the same thing. They
Mm,
all get you high. Now they have different levels of THC, so some get you higher than others. It's
mm,
basically the same thing with mushrooms. Some have higher levels of psilocybin, some have lower, but for the most part, they all do the same thing. Me personally, I don't use I don't take high doses that often just because I'm the type of person like when I take a high dose, it's a full-blown experience. Like it's a journey and like I'm about to unpackage a lot of shit, so I maybe do
hmm
that a couple times a year, but I do enjoy like microdosing
yeah,
quite frequently because I feel like it gives you a boost in energy
that
or
little
like
tingly feeling, that little
dude,
tingly.
if we're talking about comedy, I'll say like super funny shit like when I take a microdose sometime, and I'm like, how the fuck did I think of that? Like
Yeah.
just having conversations with people, and I'm like, okay, that no, I wouldn't normally say some shit like that. That's definitely like the mushrooms changing the way my brain works, so that I'm kind of like unlocking some new pathways.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's how
Um,
shrooms is for me too. I'm like it like unlocks like I get to like unpackage a lot of like insecurities, a lot of like trauma, like a lot of like different like things like in my mind and it helps me like come to like peace with like a lot of different things in my mind and like I'm able to like look at like myself from like a different perspective. Especially if I feel like I'm like, damn, like where am I going in life? What am I doing in life and things like that. And like doing those kind of things, it helps me bring things like realign things and it helps me figure out how to get into new things and like put like it helps me get back on like the right track of like some sort. I don't use like shrooms and shit as like a party
no,
uh
I don't. That's how I
like
am. It's
party
like it's
drugs.
not fun for me to. Sometimes it's not fun to trip. It's like
Yeah.
if you're
It's
unpacking
just
shit,
yeah. Shrooms for
it
me if I
can be
do yeah,
fun if you get the dose right. Like,
yeah,
but usually for partying wise is like a low dose. But
yeah,
like at a house party, that's not going to be fun. Or like
yeah.
indoors is not. If you're outdoors at a party, like it can be like at a like summer camp, it can be
Mm,
a little bit different. But
yeah,
yeah, it's not usually
yeah,
something that makes you want to party
yeah.
at all.
If I'm
It's
doing
better to be
shrooms,
alone
yeah.
because
That's what I'm
if you're
saying.
alone, you can explore your thoughts. Like
Yeah,
I like just putting on random music
yeah,
and just like, damn, this shit sounds crazy. Like
yeah. I don't get people that do shrooms and like hang out with each other while they're doing. I'm just like, bro, if I'm doing shrooms, bro, it's because I'm trying to figure out something about myself and like I can't figure out myself if I'm being distracted by someone else like being around.
there's someone from Peoria, I'm not gonna say their name, but they said they've been taking an eighth of mushrooms once a week, like on Friday night instead of like drinking. And they're like, this shit's crazy. Like my life's literally been changing. I'm like, that's wild. I can't imagine taking a high dose like that every week. That definitely changed the way you see the world and or see yourself.
Yeah, I would say yeah, but then like I feel like you can also lose touch with
For sure.
I feel like you can
It,
also lose touch, but maybe I gotta like maybe I should experiment and like do an eighth every fucking week and see
I
how
feel
it
like
feels.
I feel like it with when it comes to psychedelics, mushrooms, like I don't really plan that shit out. Like when
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna take
neither.
it, it's
Yeah.
just like okay, I'm in the mood to do it, but I'm not gonna say like, all right, I'm gonna take it this day. It's like you just let it happen.
Yeah, it's just like smoking weed. Like I don't plan on smoking weed. Like sometimes it'll take me like 20 minutes to like smoke weed because like I'll pack the bowl and like I'll just be chilling, sitting there looking at it, and then like I'm like,
I
man, I
feel
don't
that.
want to, and then like I'm like, okay, no, I'll smoke. Like
No, I feel that.
I don't like plan it out. I just do it whenever I feel like it,
I feel
and
like that's the way to go about life. Is like
uh,
don't just just go with the flow. Like don't overthink shit. Just listen to your own intuition, you know? Like if
mm,
something feels right, do it. If something doesn't feel right, don't force it.
hell yeah. But man, I've been enjoying this fucking podcast with you, bro.
For sure,
I
man.
can't wait to get you back on again, man. Is there anything that you want to plug, man? Anything you want to plug?
Nah, nothing in specific. Go support your local comedy club.
Hell yeah, bro. This is the Scotty Show, man. My homie Henry, aka Warp Vision. I'm your boy Billy Smith. Peace.
Peace, man.